Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm Animusj and welcome to another Minecraft Redstone tutorial. This is a two-way water elevator, but as you can see behind me there, we've only got one water column, and that's because this is bidirectional. Now this tutorial should work on all versions. You hear me guys? All versions of Minecraft this should be able to work on. If you do it in your world and it does not work, first thing before you say it doesn't, please go into the Discord and we will help you figure out where you might have gone wrong. And if it does not work on one specific edition, then I will publicly apologize to everybody, but it should work on all of them. So let's take a look. As you can see here, I have my very fancy mine entrance. This is where I get all of my diamonds, but I have one single water column and I'm gonna hop in right now and it's taking me down. I'm gonna go ahead and double tap forward in order to swim even faster. Now I'm gonna hold sneak so that I don't burn myself on this magma down here at the bottom. And then what I'm gonna do is first, let me go ahead and put myself into survival mode because that just makes it easier without the flying. Now I'm gonna hit this button. You can see we got soul sand there. I'm just gonna count to 3, should be long enough right now. And I'm gonna hop into here and you can see it shoots me straight up to the top. And oh, we ran into a little, I got in just a little bit early, that's what that was. But now if I wait, you'll see these bubbles are gonna change from coming up to going back down. And you can already see the magma block down there at the bottom has changed out. Let the water catch up to it. If I hop in, there we go. Look at that. Now we're going back down again. So once you hit that button, it's gonna change out for soul sand. And then it's going to, on its own, change back into a magma block after a certain amount of time has passed. Now the great thing about this, guys, is you can customize how much time it takes to swap back, and there it is just right there. That's right, so no matter how high you are going, you can make this custom to your world. Let's see how we build it. Okay, so what are we gonna need in order to build this? We're going to need the following quantities of items. You are gonna need 6 redstone dust, but it's always good to bring extras just in case. 2 redstone repeaters, 2 redstone comparators, 1 redstone torch. You're gonna need 2 slime blocks, 1 sticky piston, 2 hoppers. This is any kind of block that you're gonna place your redstone on, just so that you know it has redstone on it. You're going to need a bucket of water, and it doesn't have to be a stack. You're actually gonna only need maybe 5 of them. You will need as much kelp as it's gonna take for you to get to the top of whatever your hole that you're gonna dig, your elevator rather. So for instance, I'm on 63 and I'm going all the way down to 10. So I'm gonna need just under a stack of kelp to go from 10 back up to 63 in order to complete my water sources. That'll make sense in just a minute. You're gonna need a magma block, a button, a trapdoor, and you will need soul sand as well. Now let's get in how to do it. Once you've chosen a place for your water elevator, now mine's gonna be going down. Yours can be going up if you want it to go up. Whatever you wanna do, just go ahead and get your chamber dug out or built up. So because this is going to be for my mine, in order to find lots of diamonds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to level 10. Let's see, and one more, there we go. Now coming back up to the top, I ran into a couple of caves. I'm going to go ahead and close all of those off. And here I am at the bottom of my hole with nowhere to go. So I'm just going to dig out a little bit of an area for me to be able to move around in. There we go. So this is the way that my mine is going to be going, in this direction, okay? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna place a button. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take out this coal first. And let's go ahead and grab my redstone blocks, and I'm gonna place one right there, and then I'm gonna put a button on top of it. It can be any flavor of button, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be wooden. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a trap door right here. Now what that's gonna do is that's going to make it so that 1, your water is not going to spill out, but 2, any mobs that might come, let me just grab a zombie really quick here. any any zombies that come are not going to be able to get out. So you see this guy, he's trapped in there. So if someone happens to wander into your elevator from either direction, they're not going to be able to get in if they're not already, or out if they're in it already. The exception to that, obviously, is zombie kids, kid zombies, baby zombies. I don't know. I don't know what they're actually called, you guys, but the little ones. And moving right along, what we're going to do is we are going to now get water going all the way up to the top. Now, if you're doing a mine like I am, and you're now stranded at the bottom, here's an easy thing for that you can do. Okay, I say easy, it's not as easy, but you can do it, all right? Let me go into survival mode. So what you can do is take your water bucket, look up, you want to jump and place water. Swim up to the top, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your water and you're going to place more. All right, and then you're going to keep on doing that until you can get all the way up to the top again. Now, once you get up to the top, you're going to go ahead and place your water all the way on your top block, and then actually we're going to jump back down again. Once you're at the bottom, I went ahead and put in some sea lanterns just for light. What we're going to do is we're going to plant kelp, and we're going to plant it all the way up. And the reason we're doing this is because kelp inside of a water block will turn a block that is not a source block into a source block of water, and that's necessary for our bubble column to work. So I'm just going to swim all the way to the top, placing down kelp all along the way until I hit the very top, and then we're just going to shoot all the way back down again. Now, once you're back at the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and break out that block that the kelp is on, and we're gonna replace it with a magma block, just like that. And all your kelp should come falling back to you. In case that was super important kelp, you will get it back, don't worry. All right, now at this point, if you need to get anything back from the surface, what you can do is you can trade that for a soul sand, but then of course you're not gonna be able to get back down from that direction. So hopefully you have everything with you at this point. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to the right of my button, and I'm gonna dig down 3 blocks, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm gonna punch out a couple blocks in each of the directions so that I can build up my redstone machine. You don't need a ton of room, probably 3 by 6 or so should do it. Okay, so if you dug out a little bit of an area, you should be good. It doesn't take a ton of room, but you'll be able to see the kind of space that we need in just a second. All right, so go ahead and grab your redstone block, and you're gonna place it directly below the block that is holding your button, and we're gonna put a spot of redstone right there. We're gonna put a torch. If you are standing underneath your magma block, that torch is gonna go off to the right-hand side. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to do a spot of redstone. I'm gonna go ahead and break those. I'm gonna put down a redstone block. I'm gonna put a spot of redstone on top of it. And then I'm gonna break out those blocks right there. And then I'm going to have 2 hoppers going into each other just like so. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a comparator on this block going into my redstone with the torch on it. Let me go ahead and put my my hopper back, and then I'm going to have a repeater facing into that hopper with a spot of redstone right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out a couple blocks right here. I'm going to put a comparator coming off of that hopper. And then I'm going to put a redstone block like so. And then I'm going to put a repeater right there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the sticky piston. So I'm going to put a slime block like so. And you want to make sure that there's nothing touching your slime block at all except for that magma block. All right. So I'm going to break out this block as well. And this block as well. That way, when my slime block moves back and forth, it's not going to touch anything at all. Once you've cleared the area around your slime block, you're going to go ahead and break the block. So here is my hole that I dug, my button. All right. So we have the repeater coming into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put wool right there, redstone spots, and then my sticky piston is going to go right there facing the slime block. I'm going to put soul sand right there. and then another sticky piston. Now let's go ahead and test that out just to make sure that it works. I'm gonna go ahead and just put down a torch. And if I come up here and I see my piston has extended and the soul sand is now there, that's great. Let me go ahead and break the torch and make sure everything goes back to normal. Let's come down here and let's make sure that we didn't move any other blocks that we don't want to move. And if all of that is in order, then you are ready to go. Let's put our redstone back into here. And that is it. Everything is ready to go. We're just going to do a timer now. In order to figure this out, what you'll want to do is estimate the amount of time it takes you to get to the top of your elevator. And then we're going to do a little bit of maths, but basically, so one item takes about 0.8 seconds. So if we have 10 items, that's 8 seconds. Now, what I found was a good amount of time for my elevator was 16 items. So I'm going to put those into either one of the hoppers. It doesn't matter which one. And mine did activate for a couple of seconds there because of the hopper that I put it in. It went ahead and reset. If I come up here and I press the button, you should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. So we have just about 16 seconds. That's enough for me to be able to make it to the top with the amount of blocks that I need to travel. I'm going to go ahead and close that back up. Now, in pressing the button, what you want to do is you want to press it from out here. Your trapdoor is going to close. Then you want to give it a couple seconds because you want to wait for those bubbles to show up and show that they're fully traveling to the top. You see how they're still going down right there? Now those ones are going up. Now I can go in. I'm in creative mode. Let me get out of creative mode. And you can hear that my timer already changed it out behind me, but my column was still going up, and right now still is going up. If I give it a second, it's going to change to going back down. So you want to give yourself a little bit of a buffer, but really you just want to kind of play around with it. So if you find that you need more time or less time, you can come down here to your hopper, add more items into it, take items away from it, whatever it is that gives you that perfect amount of time to be able to get to the top of your elevator. And then of course the last step is just to decorate this and make it look as fancy as you want. So that's it for this tutorial, you guys. I hope that it helps you out. If it did, please do give a like. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord if you have any issues. But that's it, guys. I'm Animusj, and I'll see you next time.